What up, everybody? This is Slowams4life back again with another episode of Lovin R&B. And today I got on my ugly sweater, but it's not ugly because, bang, bang, not a gang. But yeah, I got a guest with me who goes by the name of Luck. What's up? How you doing?
Yo, how are you? Thanks for
I'm
having
great.
me.
Yep. And Luck, she got on her Seattle Seahawks colors. I don't know if that's Seattle Seahawks, but
Look, I just got dressed today. That's football, right?
yeah.
I'm just kidding. I
Yeah.
knew that.
Yeah, no, I'm just messing with her. But yeah, so Luck is an artist who came across my radar actually last week. So her manager hopped in my DM, or her manager / label, Justin, I believe. Yeah, Justin hopped in my DM, and we were just chopping it up, and he was bragging about you, and I was just like, all right, let me see what she's about. And yeah, I checked out her. He sent me some songs. I don't know if they're out yet. A few songs that weren't out yet, and they were really good. So I was like,
Oh,
damn, I want to get.
thank you.
Yeah,
He's a
I was
lot.
like, I want to get her on the show.
He was sending you some unreleased stuff?
I don't know if it's unreleased, but I heard the Diamonds. That was the one
Okay,
I heard.
yeah, that's out with Ant. Yeah, we just dropped
And
that.
I think it's another one coming next month or something like that. I don't know.
Okay,
But
all right. Filling you
there's a
in.
few
Let's
songs
go
just
then.
Yeah. So anywho, she's here. So I brought her into my world, and I'm just going to ask you some R&B related questions, see what your music taste is like, and yeah. So to start off, please tell us your name, your age, where you're from, and then we'll get into some questions.
My name is Luck. Where I'm from Connecticut, Virginia, raised in Virginia, and I'm a grown ass woman.
All right, so and now some of the questions I ask get a little crazy sometimes. So if you don't want to answer any question, all you got to do is say the safe word, and that's Wizzy Wow. You
Wizzy
can
wow.
practice Wizzy Wow.
Wizzy wow.
And then you're gonna hear that. Yeah. And then I'll just go to the next question. Cool.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. I'm gonna start you off easy though. Easy. Okay, so name 3 R&B albums that mean the most to you.
Okay. First off, as we go down this rabbit hole of questions, I'm a Gemini, and I it's hard for me to choose to break down. I have a lot of different inspirations, so it's hard for me to break things down into like pick one, pick three. So if I start like jamming it like 3 or 4 of them, like how Peaches did in on what is it, Low Down Dirty Shame, I'm on the beach. Then like, let me rock. So Michael Jackson first and foremost. But I can't just pick one. It was Bad, Thriller, and Dangerous. Like all of them have records on there that I played them all equally. So
Okay.
that's for Michael. And then you know what I'm saying? And then definitely Lauryn Hill, Miseducation. I'm sure I would have had more of hers also, but she only really gave us, she gave us what she gave us and was like, I so long, have a good time. That one, and probably Frank Ocean, Channel Orange, or Blonde. Both of them, like, it's hard to choose for me.
Oh yeah, those some good albums. What would you say is like your top three favorite Frank Ocean songs if you had to pick?
Top 3, Pink and White. Pyramid. Godspeed. I have more though.
Yeah,
I got more. But off the top of the dome, I guess those would be the first 3 that I would listen to in order.
Yeah, I like pyramids. You know, you want to know what's crazy? I'm not a huge big Frank Ocean fan. Like I like him,
Mm.
but you know, a lot of people really love him, and I wouldn't say I
No,
love him, but I do like was it Nikes? I like Nikes.
Nikes is fire.
Yeah, that one's underrated. I feel like, do people really mess with that one like that?
I was
They like Nike?
literally gonna say that one. I was like Godspeed or Nikes, Godspeed or Nikes, but it's
Okay,
definitely Godspeed first and
okay.
then Nikes. But yeah,
Yeah,
Nikes is like a. I mean,
is your
yeah, he
favorite?
has
Okay.
a bunch of others, but Nikes is definitely in the running for sure.
Okay, so I would say Nikes. Was it Think About You?
Thinking
Been
about you,
so far.
yeah,
Yeah, I like
class,
that one. And
classic.
probably Pilot Jones. I like Pilot Jones.
Pilot Jones,
You heard that
Pilot
one?
Jones is good too. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, I love
Okay.
the whole album. The whole album. You know,
Yeah.
whole
Okay.
album.
He needs to come out with more music. Is he still making music or
He
what? Is
definitely
he
still
okay?
makes music, but he's one of those, the golden ones like Lauren, or just people who are really into, their pen game too, like writers. Um, I believe that the reason why they come and drop some gems on us every 10 years or every 5 years is because in order to be a great storyteller, you have to live your life. You have to
Hmm.
like everything. The reason why Miseducation was so, beautifully written and the reason why it tugs, on our core, everyone feels the same thing is because she's tapped into like a whole era, lifetime, not lifetime, but just an era of her life, which was, I don't know, her youth up until the time she put it out. So like same thing with Frank Ocean and all these other amazing singer songwriters. It's like in order to speak from a truthful place, you gotta, that comes with experience you live in your life. So that's why they drop nuggets every 5 to 10 years, because they want to make sure that it is something that they can stand on and something that they actually believe in. And we're always evolving and changing and all that jazz. Our perceptions are growing as we grow. So you write a million songs and stuff. After 5 years, it's like, okay, who am I now? And how do I want to approach it?
Hmm.
How do I want to deliver this to the world? So I could totally see how that would happen. I mean, a lot of artists go through that where you go through different seasons where you're like, do I want to put this out? Do I still
Hmm.
like, is this who I am today?
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
let me, that's the thing. You didn't ask that, but I just thought
Yeah,
I,
spoken like a true artist. That's a very artist answer. Because me thinking like just coming from a fan, I was just like, okay, I don't need you to drop every year, but if you
right.
take like a 3 year break, I don't know, I might get a little impatient. So I think 3 years is my max, but it's easy for
Yeah,
me to
no,
say. I don't make the music, but
no, I
I
feel
can
you.
definitely,
I'm waiting too for Frank. We
yeah.
all been waiting for Lauren for about 11 years. So I feel you. I feel you. There needs to be some kind of like, all right now.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Drop.
Yeah. What's the first R&B album that you ever bought with your money, if you can remember?
I To be honest, I don't remember. I think I'm like, was that my money or was it my mama money? I don't know.
Mhm.
But I think it probably was uh Destiny Fulfilled by
Mm.
Destiny's Child.
Okay.
I think that was the first album that I purchased, or that I was at least, that I said, nah, I want this one. Give me some money so
Mm.
I can go get it,
That's
or something. I don't know. I don't remember, but I think it was Destiny's Child. Destiny Fulfilled. That is what it's called.
okay. Yeah, that's a good one. I think
Mhm.
so my first album, like I don't even know if you remember this, but I got my first album. You know how you can buy the CDs, it'd be like 12 CDs for like 1 cent or like
Mhm.
6 CDs. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it was like Columbia House. That's how I got my first CDs. I got like 6 at a time. And
Oh,
my
go
first,
on.
yeah, that's my credit was bad, like from then on. because you
Wait,
know they
Six
seen
at
you
a
back
time. Wait. I'm not following. Where'd you get?
So they had this, I think it was Columbia House. Don't quote me on this, but I think it was Columbia House, and they would send like a little pamphlet in the mail, and then they'll
Mm-hmm.
have a list of CDs, and they'll say get 6 CDs, or I think it was like 6 CDs for like 1 cent, and all you had to do was like fill it out and send it to them, and they'll send you the CDs, and I think you were supposed to pay. They bill you, and then you're supposed to pay, but I
I don't
never
remember.
paid.
Yeah.
You
Oh, you
know?
said you never paid?
Yeah. Nah, I never paid. I got a bunch of CDs in my bag. Room 112 by 112 was one of them that I remember.
112. I don't
Yeah.
remember the title of their albums, to be honest, but I know all the classics.
Yeah, I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna see. I think people remember that, man. You get like 6 CDs for like one penny or something like that. Something dirt cheap. And
Damn.
yeah, that was a vibe. I got a lot of CDs like that. Yeah.
Sound like.
Okay. Name an R&B song where you think the cover is better than the original.
I think I'm sure everyone would agree with me. I mean, there's the obvious one, which is the one that Whitney did with Dolly Parton. Like that's just like a duh, you know. Is it not I Will Always Love You? Is it I Will Always Love You, or is it, I forget the title.
I'm not sure. She has a few that are covers that I don't know.
It
Most
is
people
I Will
didn't even
Always
know.
Love You. It's I Will Always Love You. But that isn't really, I think people might want to fight me over this one, but I think that the best one, the best cover that was remade is the Whitney Houston I'm Every Woman. Because, you know, Shaka Khan is the original.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think a lot of people would agree. A lot of people probably would want to come with me for that too. But
Yeah, it's just certain covers, just like once they blow it out the water, it's like it's their song now.
it's
You know,
you
and like,
know that's what happened too. That's exactly what happened.
yeah,
I've
I
seen
have
that song so
one.
many times.
Yeah, I have one that most people probably don't even know about because I never see people mention him. But I don't know if you're familiar with Phil Perry, but he
Bill
has a
Perry.
song. Phil Perry.
Phil Perry.
Yeah,
Okay.
man, have you heard of him?
No.
He's an incredible singer. He has like 5 octaves. I don't know, but man, check him out when you get a chance. And he has a song called "Call Me," and I didn't even know it was a cover at first because I heard his version first, and then I think I don't even know who sings it. I want to say I'm bad, but anyhow, it's his song now to me, and I
Yeah.
think that cover is better than the original.
Mm.
A woman sings it. I think I want to say Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Aretha Franklin sings the original version of "Call Me," and I didn't know until I was listening to Phil Perry and I was in the YouTube comments, and it was like, "Oh, this is a good remake." I'm like, "What?" So, but yeah,
That,
okay. Name an R&B song that you think nobody played more than you.
that no one plays more than me.
Yeah.
I think probably I know the title. Stolen Moments by Alicia Keys.
Where's it? Is that off?
It's I think it was on the live album that she dropped. You know, when we were kids.
Okay.
It's called Stolen Moments, and yeah, that one is a nice magical song to me. I would have that on repeat. I was singing at little talent shows and stuff too.
Yeah. What do you like about that song?
Well, I love how it just has that warm old school feel, like as if like you're when my parents used to take me to sing as like a little teenager to like old school bars in New York, a bar called the Sugar Bar, owned by Ashford and Simpson. um um and the best of the best singers would be there, and they'd be in there singing, records that felt cozy like that, and like Stevie
Mhm.
Wonder and uh, all the greats, Marvin, Shaka, all those guys. And I just feel like that record was like a nod. All of early Alicia Keys music was a nod to, everything that raised our grandparents and um, shit, even our parents. Like my parents were, that wasn't necessarily their music, but because they heard it, at home every day, uh,
Mhm.
that music raised them too. So yeah, and I love the storytelling of it all. I know when I was a kid, my parents were super, super strict, like when it came to boys and stuff. I couldn't go out my house until I was like out the house, So that song to me, she's singing to, the person that she, desires to be with, and she has to steal those moments with the one she loves, or or whoever she's talking to,
Mhm.
because the world doesn't want to see them together. And so just storyline wise, and just the warmth in the soul of the record, the record is like a jam session for real. It's like one of those, I mean, it's not a super long song, it's not like one of the 6 7 8 minute songs, but it's 4 5 minutes of just heart and soul, and it feels like you're jamming. It feels like you're at, one of those old school, open mic night bars where it won't just no regular open mic night, like, like you might pull up and see the best singer on stage that night, or the best of the best talent that's from the city is singing there that night. It just yeah, it made me feel like I was, a part of that era in a way, that particular song.
Mhm.
That was a long-winded answer, but you asked.
Yeah, yeah, nah. I'm the same way. I can, talk. But yeah, I haven't heard that song. I was looking it up. I think it's
Oh
on
yeah,
there.
yeah. No, check it
Yeah, I'm gonna
out. So
check it out.
good one.
Yeah, I'm a big Alicia Keys fan. Yeah, I feel
Hmm.
like she don't really get her.
She
I don't know. I
don't.
feel like, yeah, like people ever since what happened between that situation, it's like people just don't mess with her for some reason. It's just like
What
I
situation?
think. Well, when she got with Swiss Beats and how they were like calling her a
Oh,
home wrecker and stuff like that, and I
that's true.
think
You
like
think
a
that
lot
that's
of
what it
people,
was?
yeah, I think that, yeah,
Really?
yeah. Ever
Mm,
since then, I just but I was trying to go to her tour. She had a tour last year, I believe. I was trying to go to that, but I couldn't make it. But yeah, she definitely
yeah.
deserves her
Oh my God,
more than she's getting. You know,
bruh, legend, legend, legend.
yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
We're gonna pretend it's wedding season. What's one song, R&B song that you have to hear at the wedding? You can only choose one. One song. What song would that be?
Well, this is very hard. I probably would do the song that my parents got married to, which is their songs "Make It Last Forever" by Steve Sweat
Okay.
and "Oh Girl." I don't know,
Is
but
it Jackie? Wait, is it Jackie
uh,
McGee or yeah, I think it's Jackie McGee. I think.
okay. I mean, again, that's one of those questions where it's like I have so many that I would that so many of mine, but just for like, the purpose of like, oh, I'm gonna have a long lasting relationship like how my parents did. This is their song. I'm gonna run it
Mhm.
back, and me and my man go
Yeah,
dance to this, and mom and dad y'all get up and dance to it too. So just for that, just because
yeah.
I know. tug at their heart and their mind. So probably make it last forever.
Okay. Yeah, I think I will go with Spend My Life With You with Tamia and Eric Benet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's a beautiful song. I love that song.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song just makes me, it makes me feel love when I hear that song. So
Yeah,
that song.
that's a good one.
And if I had to pick a second one, I'm not picking a second one, but if I had to pick, it'll be Jesse Powell, You. I love that song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those two. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All
Me
right.
too.
Right. I didn't break the rules. I said if I had to pick a second song. All right. Let me see. All right. What's your pet peeve when it comes to an R&B song? Do you have any?
Uh, Pet
Like,
peeves?
yeah, so like something
Like,
that you hate hearing in an R&B song. I'll go. You need time to think. I'll go first.
yeah, you go.
I'll go first. Auto tune. Like I don't mind auto tune because I know they say everybody uses it, but I hate when it's like too much.
Yeah, when
If
it's
it's too much, where I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
that's a pet peeve,
I agree
But
with you.
because then like I don't know, I feel like if you rely on auto tune too much, it's like, are you really singing?
No, it's true.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
and
true.
yeah, I digress.
Definitely,
But
definitely.
that's fine.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that, especially like for what you're saying, like for it's just strictly, R&B or just something where it's just like, okay, it's you and like it's time for you to sing, it's relax. Like I know when I'm in the studio, sometimes like I have to tell them, you know, like either take it all the way off or turn it all the way down because like it takes away from the character of your voice too, and it makes you kind of like sound everybody else, like sound like, but like there's certain things, there's certain emotions that you do, deliberately when you're singing, and yeah, it mutes the emotion to me. So
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, like imagine if think about someone like Mary J. Blige. This is the perfect example. Like old school Mary, like the records that we all know and love, when she's just like, it's like, okay, that might have been a little pitchy, but like it's the soul, it's the cry, it's the pain in her voice that we all were tapped into. Now, if we would have put some tune on it to try to like make it all to make it all perfect and stuff, then it wouldn't have been,
Yeah.
So
No. So
I
yeah,
think
that's spot on.
to not hide the truth, don't hide the emotion, because that's what everyone can recognize as a feeling, so that's real.
Yeah.
I agree.
So do you have any, or you don't have any pet peeves?
That's definitely one of them. That's definitely one of them too. And for yeah, I agree. And then another one I think is, I just it's more so that I wish they would bring back, but it's just like the jam session of, where you're like, well, we're not trying to make the perfect song, but we're just feeling our way through the music. Like D'Angelo used to do it, Alicia Keys used to do it a lot, from that generation. And then, I mean, they did it all the time, 60s and 70s and all that jazz, but like, just not sticking to the traditional, verse, hook, verse, hook, bridge, hook, out. It's like, let me have a little, if you want to have a little solo saxophone moment or guitar moment, or just yeah, feel your way through it, allow it to feel like we're like a jam session. I miss that part of R&B.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't
Okay. Who's a modern R&B artist that you feel like deserves more recognition?
know. Friday.
I like him.
He's dope as hell, and I think people know him, people recognize him, but I think that I think he's a special artist. His tone is very special, and I think that he, could be I don't know, just people should be a little louder about him. Tim's too. Tim's is very, very I just feel like she's like more of like the underground of like Afro beats, R&B, Afro beats. Like you got Tyler like taking over because she's doing, she's in her Afro pop girl lane, which is tight. But I just think that we should scream Tim's name real loud all over the world because she's very important. Her
Yeah.
her tone, um, um, yeah. I don't know. Some people probably wouldn't agree. Probably like, what? Like, what else you want to do? They're
Yeah.
big, but
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah. I love those answers. Like Friday, for sure. Like I really tapped into him like last year.
mhm,
And like he has a song called Empty Stomach. I don't know if you heard that song.
mhm, mhm,
But
mhm.
I really love that song. Like I could relate to a lot of his music, like
Yeah,
just like singing about like the come up and just struggling and stuff like
yeah.
that. Like yeah, and it like I love his voice. Like yeah, Friday is one for sure. And
Mhm,
Tim's as well. Like I tapped into her this year. She actually
mhm.
made my top 5 Spotify because I was on her album heavy. Her and
Losing,
Tyler like this year, like both of them.
right? Yeah, I
So
love
yeah.
both of them. They're
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
some good answers. I want to talk about your music a little bit. How would you describe your style of music for someone who's never heard of your music before?
Uh, it's just a melting pot of everything that I was influenced by. It's the melting pot of of R&B, hip hop. You know, I'm definitely a little theatrical. I have a musical theater background. So there's elements of that, but I just make music that that just that strokes us, that evokes a feeling. You know what I mean? Um, it's hard for me to put it in a genre, but it's just a melting
Yeah.
pot of that I was influenced by.
Yeah. She gives you a little bit of everything. That's one thing I noticed when I was listening to her music. Your manager sent it to me, and I was like, man, she's different. There's definitely a lane. I feel like you have your own lane there for you, and it's
Yeah,
just
thank you.
it's opening up. And I was telling them like, man, it's gonna happen for you.
Yeah.
I think you got something special, and I'm not just saying that because you hear this is what I told them as well. So yeah, definitely check out her music. Um, I want to ask you about one of your songs that you just released. It's a remix of a song. I guess it was out prior. It's called "All the Diamonds" featuring
Mhm.
Ant Clemens. So
Yeah.
can you
Yeah.
tell can you tell me about that song? Like, tell me, I guess when it first came out, the original version, and then how you got Ant Clemens on the remix, and
Okay.
whatever you want to share about it, about that song.
Yeah. So I put it out. It's a project that I dropped called It Wasn't Luck, um and I made it with um my brothers and sisters, my team that I produce all my records with Vanessa Michaels and Will Young and Jackson Watt. They anytime you hear record from me, usually they're the hands behind producing these records. And to be honest, when I wrote that, I was interested. I was talking to someone at the time, and we had like a debate in the room. We were just like what kind of guy, or what's the type of things, like what turns you on, what's your love language, and we got to like I guess gifts and stuff, And I was just like, yeah, nah. Like, I mean, I love nice things, I've never been uh, uh, like a brand whore, or like, like I get up and I get dressed and I'm fly because of the way that I put it together, not because of like the name brand or whatever it may be. It's just the same thing as, for that, I would say, for my man. That's what I'm intrigued by, uh one is, and how you show the world. So like I was like, I need to say in this song, say it in a way where it, make it plain. So uh Jackson just started playing the guitar riff, and I just started singing the hook, and it came out real easy, and it was like, okay, this is beautiful, drop it. And um and then for this particular with Ant, gearing up to put an album out, and um, Justin, my manager, uh, absolutely loves this song, and we let Ant hear it. Okay, family hop, and we were like, okay, like let's, I believe, let's research this one, uh, and it's a good song lead into the next couple records that I'm about to drop.
Mhm.
And so yeah, that's how it came back around. But essentially, that's what the song is really about. Just like, nurturing the things that matter the most, and which is love. And by that, you know,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
that's yeah. But like it was necessary, especially. I mean, it was relative at the time and the climate of the world at the time that I wrote it, and very necessary, to this point,
Mhm.
like the things that matter, like values, like morals, like just good vibes.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I like that song, and I like when people can write some good words. And Ant's verse, I don't know it memorized, but I know it's something like "Something ain't with your eyes, something ain't in your mind," something like that. But I was
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
he went off. He went off. He said, what did he say? I pay rent. I pay rent.
yeah, I was like, whoa,
I pay
he's
rent in those
spitting.
thighs. I was like, excuse me.
Yeah, yeah, I was like, he's spitting.
I'm a
But even I even like,
island.
yeah, yeah, I posted that on my page, and then how you came in like all the diamonds in the world. Yeah, I
Hey,
like that. I really be listening
look.
to the music. I don't just be capping.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay. Yeah, I wanted to know about that song. The Grammys are coming up,
Grammy.
and Grammys, I think it's in February. But I want to ask you for your opinion, who you want to win and who you think is going to win in a couple of categories.
Okay.
Good with that? All right.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know who's nominated, to be honest. I'll
no,
be,
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna
yeah,
tell you.
put me on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do best R&B album. So for best R&B album, we got Chris Brown with 1111, Lala Hathaway with Vanta Black, Money Long with Revenge, Lucky Day Algorithm, and Usher Coming Home. This is for best R&B album. Who do you want to win if you had to pick?
Who was the
Chris
first
Brown,
one? First, okay.
Chris Brown, Lala Hathaway, Money Long, Lucky Day, and Usher.
Who do I want to win? I think I think who I want I want Money Long to win.
Mm.
I think her album was tight. She's a great songwriter. Um but also, who do I think should win, and who, ugh,
Who do you think is gonna win?
probably like Usher or Chris.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe the rules have been changing a little bit the rules have definitely been changing a little bit. So maybe they'll because I don't think Chris has won anything in from the academy all his life,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Um, in his career at least. So, but it seems like they're getting a little bit more lenient. So that's why I said Chris could possibly win. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the politics of how all that goes, to be honest.
mm,
Um, but I could see Usher winning too, just because he had an amazing year. There are records on that album that I absolutely love, but like just cohesively, I wasn't fully in love with the cohesiveness of the album, to be honest. I
mm.
adore Usher. Ruin on that record, I don't know if you heard Ruin, is so good. I adore that record. It's so, 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 so good. But yeah, I think I feel like Money Long is probably she'll probably end up winning. Her or like Usher, one of those people. I don't know. What you think?
It- it's crazy because as I was hearing you talk, like I'm like, man, we got a lot of similarities because Ruin was my favorites. It was like in my top 5 wrapped, Spotify wrapped.
But
I really love that song. And I'm like, man, this song doesn't get the recognition that it should. I guess they weren't really marketing. I don't know. But that's a really great song.
so
And
good.
yeah, I want Money Long to win too. Money Long is underrated. I feel like she's finally getting her props.
Yeah.
That album is a really great album. It's in my top favorite albums of the year. So I'm like,
Mm.
damn, you in my head right now. And who I think is going to win, I don't think it's going to be Money Long. I think she's new. I think it's going to be, and I was thinking Usher as well because, just because he's having a big year, they seem
Right.
to. I don't think Chris Brown is going to win it. I think it's going to be Lucky Day or you know what? I'm gonna say Lucky Day or Lala Hathaway because I haven't heard the album yet. It'll be Lala Hathaway
Yeah, I
or
haven't. Oh, but she be winning them Grammys though, so
that's what I said. Yeah, it's certain people that always seem to win.
they
So
get
I wouldn't be
the
surprised.
critically acclaimed vibes of it all.
Best traditional R&B performance. So these are the songs. We got Marsha Ambrosius with Wet, Kenyon Dixon with Can I Have This Groove, Lala Hathaway featuring Michael McDonald, No Lie, Money Long, Make Me Forget, and Lucky Day, That's You. Who do you think? Well, first off, who do you want to win? I'm assuming is it Money Long?
It would be between Kenyon Dixon and Money Long.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And who do you think is gonna win?
Probably Money Long.
Money
She need to
Long?
win some. She
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
get one
Yeah.
of them, y'all, now.
Yeah. 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 It's crazy. Like I'm right with you. I want Kenyon Dixon to win. I think he's another underrated artist, like
Yeah.
consistently putting out like great R&B albums. And I think his last album last year should have got nominated for something. And
Wasn't it? It was nominated, no? It was
was
out. It was
it?
done. He got
Yeah, or
nominated.
the one the year before that I think should have been
Oh,
nominated as well. Yeah.
oh,
But
okay.
yeah, he's on a nice little run as far as like albums. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's time for him to finally get some recognition. And
Yeah.
yeah. And I like when good people win. I met him and he's really cool. He actually
Yeah.
looked out for me one time. So yeah.
Oh, that's tight. That's tight.
Yeah. And then who do I think is gonna win? You know what? I feel like they're gonna give it to Lucky Day. I feel like they're gonna give it to Lucky Day
Really?
for some reason. Yeah, he's gonna
I
get
mean, go
something.
off
I
like
feel like,
that.
huh?
Go off. I said go off
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Lucky Day.
Okay, so now I want to ask you this question. Give me your acceptance speech right now for when you win first award, whether it be for anything. What will be your acceptance speech?
Oh God. That's a very deep question. I would have to like write it down and fax it to you.
You write it down. Write it down. You know, can't think of on the spot. Like I'm gonna thank my mom. I'm gonna thank my team.
Okay.
You know.
I would definitely, just say, I want to thank God for coaching me, for giving me this gift, for planting this seed in me a long time ago, and for coaching me through it, giving me the strength and giving me the courage and just the heart and the vision to want to honor it and see it through. Um, and then I would want to thank my parents for, believing in me since I was a kid, my team, Justin, Ted, Vanessa, Vanessa Michaels, Jackson Wise, my sister, Raven, and the people and all the underdogs of the world for seeing, you know, for seeing me uh, and yeah, for giving me a voice.
Thank you. Yeah. I just wanted to ask that because, I want you to start thinking. We got to think of these things. We're going to put that out in the
Yeah,
universe. When you
you're
win your
right.
award, we can look back at this and be like, damn, you know, I,
Yeah,
like look at me just manifesting. So,
yeah,
I
that's
think
good. Good.
yeah, I think you're really dope, and thank you for that's all I got for you. Thank you for hopping on this interview. Like I don't never take it for granted when people hop on here and talk R&B with me. And
Yeah, this is fun.
yeah. And so before I go, I like to give the guests opportunity to say whatever they want to say, drop some words, promote whatever. The
Mhm.
floor is yours now.
Uh, well, thank you for having me, and uh, obviously, we all love R&B. This is what brought us together here today. We all love music, and um, you know, if we're ever feeling, if you're ever looking for hope, if you're ever looking for, how you can tap back into joy or to just to really feel something again, like music is it saved me, it saves us all, and um, yeah, I think we just
Mhm.
have to stay tapped in there. That's what connects us all. So stay true to
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
Stay tapped in.
yeah. Well said. And check out her music. Be on the lookout for her. I think she's gonna do some great things. And I'm glad I have her on here. I can cherish this forever. And
Oh
yeah.
man.
Yep. So with that being said, everybody has to do this before I sign out. I'm gonna sign out in my Wizzy Wow way, and then I'm gonna need you to sign out, but you have to incorporate the word Wizzy Wow. So if you want to sing it, if you want to, however you want to sign off, you have to throw in the Wizzy Wow in there. All right.
Okay. All
All
right.
right. Yeah. This is
So do
Slow
I go
Jams for
first
Life.
or
No, I'm
do I
gonna
go?
go first. I'm gonna go
Oh,
first.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So this is Slow Jams for Life. Signing off. Wizzy Wow. That's on you. Your
Hey,
turn.
thank you so much for having me, Manuel. Was he wow? Was he wow? Was he
There it is. Yep.
Such a Oh, people
Mhm.
call you slow jams too? That's fire.
Yeah. From the page, yeah.
That's
Like people that
fire.
actually know me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Nothing but slow jams coming through the speakers right now. Pandora got you heated right now.